Hedge tube dwellers, and welcome to hell. Today I'm going to take a peek at a number of hell difficulty elites. I believe this video is going to be exclusive to Act 2, however I'm just going to jump around and record any fights I have with elites, probably even include my deaths because there will be some. Some elites are definitely capable of just locking me down and doing the dirty all over my face without me having anything to say about it. So I'm going to walk right off over here into the Black Canyon. Whoa. A worthy foe with worthy lag. Yeah, I am getting some frame drops. Okay, I think I'll be alright though. What do we have here? I know Desecration and Fire Chains because I've already seen both of them. We also have Knockback. Okay. So this is a Fallen champion, which is kind of good because that means they'll kind of have lower hit points. However, Fire Chains, let's see, Desecrator and Knockback. I guess Knockback doesn't really have much synergy. Fire Chains and Desecrator definitely do. They both, if they were able to lock me down for a second or get a couple attacks on me, then they could pretty easily get a Desecration effect and walk past me with these Fire Chains. And that would be very painful. Ooh, as you see, that Desecration was ticking on me for almost 2,000 damage. Okay, down they go though. Good deal. Let's take a look now that I've downed a fairly simple elite. Let's take a look at how my character is working right now, what my gear looks like, and what abilities I'm using. So first and foremost, and I got a chest piece that I'm going to take a peek at here in just a second. I went to the auction house and got this bow. It's a little bit better than the last bow I have, and I socketed it with a square emerald to give me huge critical strike damage. It's at 110%. And you'll notice something else right now, that my damage is ticking up steadily, and also my critical hit chance. This is a passive I have. I'm going to explain that in just a second. Aside from that, I still have a couple lower level items. This is like required level 23. This ring I've had forever. These bracers are my other weakest point, required level 44. They give me a lot of vitality, but not a whole lot of everything else. Everything else I've got is fairly recent, and none of it came off the auction house. I am pretty broke right now. That's mainly due to the little bit of gym jockeying I've had to do to keep my items gemmed with good gems. It does get very expensive to keep your gems of the highest quality and to socket and desocket constantly. Skill-wise, so the passive, I want to touch on it first because it is probably the biggest single piece that I have that brings my damage and my critical hit chance up. Is called Sharpshooter. Gain 3% critical hit chance every second. This bonus is reset 1 second after you successfully critically hit. So a couple really cool things about this. I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's intended, but not only does that increase your critical hit chance, it also increases your damage. And I'm going to show you by saying that I'm at 100% critical hit chance right now, and I'm at about 8.3k damage. If I were to take this off, I'm just going to select some other passive. Then you'd see that my damage is actually around 4k, like 4.2k. But as the critical hit chance ticks up, my damage ticks up as well. I'm not sure if I have something that allows me to stack damage off of critical hit chance or something weird, but it has that effect, and that makes my first attack of any opening battle just absolutely massive. Matter of fact, we're going to let this cool down, and just as it finishes, we're going to open our tab here, and we're going to see my damage just steadily tick up every second until it reaches that 100% crit chance, and then this will be sitting at about the 8 you saw it earlier. So really useful skill that allows me to not only have my first opening hit be an enormous hit that always crits and does huge damage, but it also allows me to when kiting, spend quite a bit of time just running, not attacking, and then turn around and unleash a huge attack, because the whole time I'm kiting and not attacking, I'm not getting crits, so this is not resetting, and it's bringing both my damage and my crit chance up. And then just while I'm firing regularly, I get crits pretty often, but I'm getting little bits of extra damage and extra crit chances in between, you know, every crit anyway. It stacks pretty fast. Every second it improves me. I'm still using archery, have been using it forever. I'm using a bow right now, so that increases my damage by 15%. And this is a passive that I switch off a lot. Right now I'm on Thrill of the Hunt just for the utility, especially when fighting elite mobs. You're only dealing with like 3 or so of them. Every now and then when you find a hero elite, he'll have like 4 or 5 minions, so sometimes you're dealing with a few more than 3. But generally you're only dealing with 3 creatures, and every 10 seconds being able to totally root one gives me a lot of utility. It allows me to create a lot of space. Sometimes I switch this off for Cool of the Week. I still use Caltrops a lot, so I still have snare effects on my targets a lot, and that extra damage helps. A lot of boss fights I'll switch this off for Steady Aim, just because with bosses it's kind of easy to stay at least 10 yards away from them and keep that extra 20%. Against Hell, Elites, and even regular mobs, I barely ever use Steady Aim because I don't stay 10 yards away from my targets. And I've played around with some of these others, but those are the ones that I feel are the most useful. I am still using Rain of Vengeance with Dark Cloud. That makes it last a long time but do less damage each second that it lasts. I use Cluster Arrow with Dazzling Arrows. I've switched off a couple things on a few of my abilities for utility instead of damage. So at one point in time I was using Maelstrom, and I've even used this Cluster Bomb to some pretty great effect. I actually like Cluster Bomb a good bit. That line, creatures just line up in a row a lot, and the line, this is all of its AoE damage happens in a line as the arrow travels to the target, and that is pretty nice. But I'm using the one that has a chance to stun right now, so whenever I fire cluster arrows, 3 little grenades come out. Each grenade is a 55% chance to be stunned for 2 seconds, so or to stun its target for 2 seconds. So I'm switching out the utility. It takes a long time to do fights anyway. Little bits of damage would probably make the fight go faster. However, this utility allows me to actually survive. I've still got Gloom on Shadow Power that reduces incoming damage by 65%. That damage reduction is absolutely paramount. I actually tried to go light on Caltrops so that I can use more Shadow Power. I've still got Caltrops with the root effect, so that when it instantly fires, it totally roots the target. I've still got Rapid Fire with Withering Fire. I like this not having a large hatred cost. I do occasionally, though, if I've died on the same elite a couple times and I'm having trouble with him and I think it would help, I switched this off to Web Shot. The slow of that sometimes allows me to ignore Caltrops and just use more Shadow Power, and then just focus on Shadow Power and Rapid Fire. Sometimes that helps me take down certain targets. And then I've got Hungering Arrow, and this one I switch around a good bit too. I'm using Shatter Shot right now just because for packs of 3 creatures, the arrow splitting into 3 pieces just really makes the damage. It's like the perfect mix between single target and AoE for taking out an elite pack of mobs, whereas Devouring Arrow is pretty good single target and not very good AoE, and some of these others like Puncturing Arrow is pretty good AoE, and some Bola Shots are really good AoE, but I think that Shatter Shot is a really good mix to really hit 3 targets well. I occasionally use Bola Shot as well. Bola Shot, I can load it with a rune that allows it to stun the primary target. Sometimes that's really handy. And then I also just really like Volatile Explosives just because I can get, if you know some elites have a pack of mobs with them, Volatile Explosive will allow me to hit basically all of them at the same time. Or if I'm fighting a hero whose minions are invulnerable, those fights are such a pain in the butt. Bullet Shot, though, I can hit the immune minions and they don't take any damage, but the AoE still hits the boss, so that can be really helpful for some of those fights too, just because the boss can be really hard to get to in those situations. So there was one elite. Now I'm just going to cruise around the desert, and as I find more, I'm going to flip it back on, and we're going to kill him. Oh, I got into this fight a little bit late. Honestly, it looks like it may not matter. This guy's got an illusionist effect. This is actually a purple, so it's not your regular elites. And you will find that the purples generally have a specific set of suffixes. The suffixes are things like mortar, jailer, electrified. The guys with purple names, it doesn't say their suffixes, and they only have a set couple, maybe 3 suffixes. Whereas the random elites that you find around in the world have random suffixes, and it will say under their name the exact suffixes they have. We'll get a little bit more into suffixes as we go along. I'll definitely at least note any that I see. Oh, I see that enemy over there. Jailer, Plagued, and Avenger. So I actually don't know what Avenger is. I suppose I'm going to find out. Jailer is the red circle that they just put around me a second ago. Plague is the green circle that's under them. Jailer locks me down, so gives me a minute where I have to do something to survive. Oftentimes, like that. I got a dodge. That was pretty lucky, actually. And Plague puts an AoE under them that just does damage as you stand in it. Plague can be especially heinous with vampire or vampiric effects, because vampiric effects allow any damage they do to give them life, and Plague allows them to always be doing damage to your Templar, or if you're a Witch Doctor, to your minions, or if you're a Barbarian or a Monk, they do damage to you as you're just attacking them. And Vampiric allows them to stay alive. I didn't actually see Avenger there. I'm not sure what that was. Just the name of it makes me think that it gives them some kind of effect when a few of them die, but I'm not certain about that. I may have to look that one up and get back to you. Oh, a little Santa. Oh, I'm gonna get the little Santa. Oh, come here, little Santa Claus. Come here. Come here. Your loot's mine, buddy. I'm gonna get it all. You can't get away from me. I see your portal. Nice try. Oh, no yellow. I pretty commonly get a yellow out of Santa Clauses. About nightmare and hell, really. Now I got a trail of gold to pick up. An abandoned cellar. What is this? Certainly. Some hero or challenging creep? Whoa, yep, sure enough, it's actually a purple one. This is another one that I don't think I have ever seen. Ektul. Worm Feast. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and go Superwoman here. Maybe Super Shadow Woman is a little bit more appropriate. Let's keep the arrows flying. Luhi has a plague effect, and my Templar definitely does not like that. Now, what's coming out of it? Ah, the worm. Actually, spiders. Ew. Creepy big guy had spiders crawling around in him. Alright, what's the treasure then?
Oh, thank you. They captured us to use as bait. Please, take anything you need from the cellar. We owe you everything.
You tried to warn me, dude. That's cool. With them even standing here, you tried to ward me away. If that would have worked and I would have just left, they probably would have killed you and kept the others. I did try to look up some literature on the Avenger trait, and I can't find anything on it. That makes me think that it is a really rare suffix. Mighty Adversary. It looks like this one is a Deceiver Mage. So let's get our cooldowns out and let's get to work. We have extra health, electrified, and teleporter. Okay, so it's really great to get a teleporter effect on a ranged creep because they don't use it well. Melee creeps, teleporter can kind of be a pain in the butt, but on these ranged creeps, I mean, they don't even really make use of teleporter anyway. They'll teleport closer to you and then just keep attacking you with ranged attacks like they would if they hadn't teleported. So it really just like delays them. Electrified is good for ranged classes. I can only imagine it's a pain in the butt for melee classes because as you hit an electrified opponent, they let out these little shock pulses that you see roaming around. And the shock pulses do a lot of damage if you get hit by a couple of them. But if you just get one here and there as it floats out away from them, then it's not too bad. And as a ranged class, you don't get hit by more than one of them at a time, just because they don't even go in the same direction. They're kind of random. Extra health also is a great one because it doesn't do anything except for make the fight a little bit longer. And sometimes not even that, because sometimes since they don't have that extra effect, they can't force you to be doing stuff, or they don't force you to die, so you can kind of get through a fight pretty quick anyway. Garbage. I don't think that'll leave an auction house very well.
The Lord of Light.
Oh, here we have a hero. Looks like I caught it with pretty good timing too. Horde and Frozen and Vortex. So Horde I'm not familiar with. Frozen and Vortex I definitely am. Vortex can be a real pain in the butt to ranged classes. Of course, it's not too much of a pain in the butt for melee because they don't mind being close. Oh boy, there's the Frozen, and I'm about to go down, and holy crap, I'm going to have to kite here for a while because I need my cooldowns. So potions have a 30-second cooldown, so you'll find sometimes where you have to just stay away from enemies, and you'll notice I'm periodically dropping traps just to help create space between me and the enemies. I need another potion though before I really feel safe engaging them, so I'm just going to kite until I've got that cooldown back. And sometimes when you kite you can do little loops that kind of help you get to the softer part of the targets. Oh boy, just now got my potion back. That was pretty close timing. I actually do not like to get it quite that close. I'm getting some of the minions very low. If I could just get a couple arrows to pierce around and do their bounces, I think I could take a few of them out. I don't know what my Templar's doing. Oh, okay, he's about dead.
I am losing
Oh
strength.
boy, I need to just purely kite again for a while. Anytime they get close, I need to root. It looks like he did heal me, my Templar, that is. Wow, there are still some minions with a lot of health. Ah, potion time. I'm getting low on potions, too. I'm gonna have to go take care of that. A lot of times while you're in sections where you're just purely trying to kite, trying to stay away, trying to stay alive, it can be good when you've got enough space to turn around. Oh boy, I ran into the wrong place, and I'm gonna go down for it. Yep, I even stopped to fire a shot over there at the crypt. Alright, let's get back in there and try again now that we've got a bunch of minions' health low. Alright, as I approach the area where this little bugger's hanging out, I'm going to watch for stragglers. As a matter of fact, looks like it's just going to go straight to him. I'm going to use as much hatred as I can right here in a row, because once I get to kiting, I'm not going to be using a whole lot of hatred. I'm going to be using these hungering arrows a lot. And maybe some cluster arrows a lot too. Get quite a few shots off there because I feel I can. Oh man. The real pain in the butt about these deceivers is the invisible ones will go right over my traps, and then they'll only get hit by the trap when they reveal themselves. It's like the trap doesn't even know they're there, which is silly. Oh, getting that damage off. I've got another health globe over here, so I'm going to try, I'm going to try to
I am renewed.
kind of stick to this area. I guess that's the last health globe I've got around, though. Boy, it is dangerous standing still for even a split second.
Discipline.
You're going to get your discipline in just a second. Oh, I just got a minion. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. Maybe I did. I don't know if I did. Health potion. Boy, it'd be cool if my Templar came back up right now and slapped me with the heal. Oh, and check that out. He totally did. He heard me talking. Oh yeah, I'm getting them down now, and I've got a health globe waiting on me. A couple of them. I'm just going to snatch one. My health globe pickup radius is huge, so sometimes it's hard to judge and do that like that. I did not mean to pick up that health globe. I would have preferred not to. I don't think the hero has been killed yet. Let's go. Again, I don't want to get that health globe, but I'm kind of forced to. Another health globe. Nope, he's not dead yet. So what do you got? Okay, frozen. That's fine. I'll just sit over here. So now that I'm just on him, the most damaging thing he can do is that vortex that he just tried to do, and then hit me a couple times. If I can keep myself with a divide between us where it's not just flat ground that he can pull me across, then his vortex will be totally null. I think the horde effect, now that I think of it, he had a lot of minions. I think the horde effect just means that he has additional minions. And let's see, can I burn him down? Let's try. Down he goes. One death, that wasn't too bad, although that was not an opponent with really annoying suffixes. I hope that I find a really tough opponent that causes me multiple deaths, just because there are some suffixes that, when combined, are just insane. Jailer and just about any of the positional-based damage. The positional-based damage suffixes, like Arcane and Desecrator and Plague, are designed so that you have to get out of them. They do so much damage, you can't spend 1 or 2 ticks of damage in them. And when you combine Jailer with that, you can't get out of them. So a lot of times those are instant death. Let's see what my luck is like finding some. That looked like a champion. Yep, sure enough. Ooh, and it is Jailer. Jailer, Fast, and Avenger. So Fast is one of the things that's tough with Jailer, because fast enemies, it's already a pain in the butt to try to get away from. And when they jail you, it's almost impossible to get away from them. Health potion! It did not matter. Wow. And I did do pretty good damage on them. I think I'll be able to take out this pack. Although they might get another kill off on me. It's all going to have to be very fast and furious. As I approach them again, note that since health globes don't despawn, if you kill a lot of mobs in an area, you sometimes are given a chance to keep the health globes there and kite a particularly tough fight right back to that area. I'm really going to have to abuse the root of my caltrops, and I switched my rapid fire over to use the snare effect instead, because against these fast enemies I think it may be especially helpful. And I've got some health globes there, which means I want to try to continue to kite in this area. I'm going to use a health potion. Oh, please let me just get away. Nope, didn't get it. And it looks like they healed quite a bit. Oh, they're actually healing really fast. I bet they'll be back at full health. Alright, so I'm going to have to take another direction on this. Before I get back into it this time, I've made a couple changes. So this is a change I made before the last attempt, but I didn't really show it. I put the web shot on rapid fire just to slow them down so I can get some extra hits as they come in. I've now taken cluster arrow off as well. I put preparation on with the rune that gives me 45 discipline over 15 seconds. I have a feeling this fight's going to have to be about 10 to 20 seconds or it's not going to happen at all. And I'm going to use preparation so that I can use shadow power as much as possible. The damage reduction of shadow power and the life steal should allow me to keep my life level while basically soaking attacks from all of them. I've also put on the passive Cull the Weak, which will give my rapid fire 15% more damage because it snares them itself. So let's really get this party started here. And I'm using the crap out of the shadow power. Oh man. And it's getting close. I do still have enough. Oh, we're still going. I don't think I'm going to get him. I did not have enough shadow power to drain life fast enough. That was actually... it looks like one guy I got pretty well, but overall that was a pretty failed attempt. And they heal fast enough that I can't get back over to them before they totally heal up. So, let's see, can I do any more theory crafting, or am I going to have to avoid this enemy? I think I'm going to give this general tactic one more go on them. I've put my bat companion on that gives me hatred. I'm going to try using no caltrops whatsoever. I'm also going to try popping this Rain of Vengeance right as the fight begins, and I'm going to try to focus as hard as I can on one of them. I think if I take out one, it will be a good bit easier to deal with the other two. He went invisible. Can I get a little space? I feel like I'm not getting him there, and that's bad because I need this hatred to actually be able to take one of them out. Oh man.
I need more discipline.
And keep me alive, please, potion! Wow, and I've still got two really full hit point opponents here. And they're fast enough that I cannot kite them. Oh, and down I go again. Well, that's one of them taken out. I'm sure that I can take out another one of them, and then eventually the last one. Maybe I can take both in the next try. I think I'm going to skip that, though. You guys have seen me die on this enemy enough times. You saw me kill one. I will be able to get him with this tactic. It's just going to be really painful and slow. So I'll see you on the next elite. Go down, demon snakes. I said down, little demon snakes. At least when I get to focus on one, it does go pretty quick. Yeah, worthy foe with some unworthy loot. Boo loot. Actually, some damage? Ooh, some champion bugs. Health link, reflex damage, and jailer. So again, jailer, probably one of the ones that I like the least. It's really easy for it to be combined with others that just mess you up. However, reflex damage is not horrible. It can be a pain in the butt. Sometimes you just have to kite more and spend less time just really dishing the hurt out. Linked health I love, actually. It's awesome because linked health means that I really only have to do damage to one of them and it will hurt all three of them. And there they all go down because of linked health. Yeah, that was kind of an easy one, actually. 55, nothing great. Another hero, and this is ideal because I have, oh boy, here we go, Waller and Illusionist. I have a Fortune Shrine. I think I just got him. No, I didn't. Okay, just some of his illusions. He was giving me the illusion that I had gotten him. A lot of times you'll see Illusionists not come with minions, so this surprises me a little bit, and it might make it a kind of tough fight, especially with that Waller effect. But a lot of times you'll see Illusionists that just, whoa, oh, down I go. That lightning, he was actually doing really good damage with that. I'm going to take another crack at this bad boy with basically the same setup. This time, since I know he's the kind of enemy with that Waller effect who may kill me a couple times, I'm going to focus on trying to take his mobs out first, because if I can get the fight down to just him, it's going to make the fight quite a bit easier. I'm going to go ahead and pre-drop a trap, and hopefully not get hit down here. Yep, I am going to get hit. Back out, back out. potion. My potions are not healing me for near enough anymore. Again, trying to shoot around him at the mobs in the back. Boy, that stun, I love it. Oh, nice. They will attack you through walls, but if you get away from the walls just a little, they can't quite get through it. It looks like I've only got one more minion and then the big baddie himself. So let's see what they have to say about this attempt. Boy, those illusions, they go down quick. The mobs too, my cluster arrow basically one-shots his mobs illusions. Alright, I think I'm down to just him. And this is probably going to be fairly easy. He is fast, he is an illusionist, he can still wall me in. But if he's going to sit over there and do lightning to my Templar the whole time, then I'm going to sit over here and do arrows to his noggin. Ah, here we go. Down he goes. Nothing fantastic. Unfortunately, I was not able to kill him while I had that Fortune Shrine active. That would have just been an absolute blessing. The ruins, eh? Give it up for this place. They got me a good 3 to 4. I think it was actually 4 different elite fights. That's pretty awesome. There are quite a few down here. Oh, and it looks like they're not done. They're going to give me another champion swarm. Mortar, fast, and frozen. Okay, so mortar's a really interesting one. Frozen too. Frozen's going to be a pain in the butt with mortar, because if I get frozen once, I am toast. So mortar's an interesting one. Oof, because they launch it away from themselves. So mortar's one that melee characters probably won't care about, and that ranged characters, of course, have really tough time with. If you can manage it, staying close to a mortaring opponent will almost certainly negate the effects of their mortars. I'm going to try it out here. I can't with that frost. Luckily I have a health globe, and apparently there's a couple more popping out. If I can stay close though, then their mortars don't really hit me, and then I've just got a fast frozen opponent. More health globes. I'm getting close on a couple of them. Boy, the stuns would be amazing. Let me stay alive, please, as I finish off these mortaring opponents. The frozen basically just forces you to do some dodging, or they will freeze you and almost certainly kill you. Shouldn't have picked up that health globe. I don't think I'm going to have another elite fight down here, though, because that makes 5 total in this dungeon. Oh, we have a hero jumping across the chasm at me. Iraq, it looks like this one is a purple, so I don't expect this to be a real tough fight. However, I am going to act business, though, because I would hate to lose to a fight that is not tough, because I'm just being silly. The Dune Master, I think is what that said. Goodbye, Iraq. Thank you for your contribution of loot and gold. Ah, of course, there is the hero at the bridge. Mr. Shatterspine? Shatterbone. Again, a purple, a story hero. Expectation is that he'll not be difficult, but I'll not get cocky. Definitely not let him get that attack off on me, because I am pretty sure that that would be a one-shot. I'm pretty sure he has fast and maybe extra health. I'm not sure what else. Again, these purple ones don't give you the suffixes. They just give you the big nasty hero. And you take the big nasty hero down. Yeah, nice little bit of glory. Not so much the nice bit of loot. Ah, I do have my buddy with me now, although he's not right here. And I have a story fight. So this is one that's always here. Shouldn't be terribly hard, but they do have a couple annoying suffixes. Molten, Arcane Enchanted, and Knockback. So let's see how this goes. Note that we haven't cleared any of this desert either. I actually just... Whoa, watch that arcane. Oh, man. We haven't cleared any of this desert. I actually just now jumped into my buddy's game. So, as I kite around here, I may be running into other mobs as well. Less than ideal, but looks like I'm making it work so far. Just a couple fallen, nothing real damaging. And of course this fight is taking a super extra long time. Whoa! Can't be sneaking up on me now. I'm used to fighting some maguses here. I'm not used to the little sneaky warriors. Let's See if we can go ahead and clear them out of the mix. Whoa, get away from that arcane. The arcanes, for just a second, chill as an orb before turning into the beam that does incredible damage to you. Okay, looks like I won't be doing anything right at the moment with my buddy.
An ally has left my party.
Yes, please bring the Templar back. Thank you, God. I think he's going to be on later, and I think I'll still be recording some of this later, so I may still get some dual action in. I suppose we'll just have to see. Oh, he's so close to going down. Down, doggy! Down, doggy! And there he goes. I'm not going to rush in because that arcane would kill me. The molten explosion after he dies probably would have done the same. And let's collect our circle of loot. Looks like that's going to be about it, actually.
I can't tell you how
I don't
many
see any more
times I
gold.
had to drag him
Moving
away
along.
from
And unfortunately, we're going to have to take a break there. I'm dealing with some fraps issues, so I'm going to continue playing through these Elite Champions. However, I'm going to do it in a second part. So, look forward to that coming soon. Thanks. Bye.